We're very happy to have Jenny here. She came from Sweden for the first orientation workshop for adolescents in Romania at Montessory Institute of Bucharest. Welcome, Jenny.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Jenny, adolescents. This is something that preoccupies all the parents, all the teachers who work with this age. Who are these adolescents? What changes does this age bring?
I think that adolescence as a group is very often misunderstood. And I also think that we have preconceived about adolescence, about what we think they are like, and we have ideas about their behavior. And I think they are in a very difficult age. They are not a child anymore, and they are not yet an adult, but they are moving towards adulthood. And they don't really know what it will take to be an adult. They have no experience about adult life. And they very often do not get to experience that in their families either, where they usually have a defined role as the adolescent of the family. And what they really need to do is to put into practice what they have experienced earlier. So when they come into adolescence, they come with 12 years of construction, them being an individual, but also with experiences. They have been creating their potential, and now they come into adolescence and they need to realize their potential. They need to experience that they are capable. They need to find out who they are. They need to know that they can make a contribution, and they need to know who they will be in this society out there, what their role will be. And I think adolescence is very much about finding out that for themselves, who they are, what they are capable of, and how they can envision their future.
Montessori had a very particular idea about the environment that would fit this group.
Well, she has a very particular idea, because she understood that they still need to be in what we refer to as a prepared environment, which is an environment that corresponds to their needs and characteristics that allows them to be independent. And at the same time, she understood it has to be an environment where they actually can practice society, living together in a small micro-society, where they can be in charge, have ownership, be the stewards of the land. She understood that it's important for the adolescents, in order to go forward, to understand where they come from. And the land and the soil is really where our roots are. This is where our civilizations stemmed from. And she wanted for the adolescents to experience this. They have studied it earlier, and now she wanted them to have an experience of the land and the opportunities and the resources that the land provides for us. And she understood that in order for them to develop a responsibility and develop independence, they also need to be in an environment that gives them feedback. And land does, nature does give feedback if you don't attend to it properly. And since the adolescents are those who will, in the future, work on our environment, they are the ones who will build new infrastructures, they are the ones who will transform the environment, hopefully for the better for the planet and all of us. Montessori understood that they need a place where they can see this happen, where they can be in charge of a piece of land, which they can transform, so they get to understand that they can make a difference. And the idea is that if you can make a difference where you are on your plot of land in your community with other adolescents, then maybe you also can make a difference out there in the real life, in the unprepared environment. And hopefully also have the courage to do that because you have had the experience of it being possible. And also to do that in an environment where you are living, where you live in a community with others, and you get to know that decisions can be made with respect and through conversations, through dialogue in a very harmonious way. We can all live in a very harmonious way. And that's really important for the adolescents to understand.
And to experience.
And to experience, absolutely. And then nature also, when they are close to nature, it hopefully also will develop within them a relationship with nature. And this relationship, I think, is what our future depends on, not just for our planet, but also for us as a humanity, as a species. It depends on the relationship that the future generations choose to have with nature, and a relationship that is based on respect and with a sense of responsibility.
Jenny, you created such an environment in Sweden for the children, for the adolescents. So what do they practically do there, and how do they learn? Because they work with their hands, they work the soil, the land, but do they also learn?
Absolutely. I like to think that education is not just about all these academics that we need to know. Knowledge is important. You need knowledge in order to be able to make informed decisions and informed choices, and that is what we hope for the adolescents. But it's also about life. And so the idea for the adolescents to be in this environment where they can experience all aspects of adult life. Montessori is very interesting, and it's sort of paradoxical in a way, because she says that adolescents need to do adult work. They are not yet adults, but still they need to do adult work. And in order to do a lot of this work, they need knowledge. So they do learn a lot. But now it makes sense to them because they can apply their knowledge to things that they will do practically. And it's sort of, they get to use the information and knowledge they acquired earlier when they are out there on the field, and they will look at the clover, and they will look at on the roots, the bacteria there is there. And then because that's what fixates the nitrogen. And then they can remember from their elementary the chart, the cycle of nitrogen, and suddenly that theoretical knowledge makes sense to them, and they understand and get to experience how important it is for them here and now, and the soil where they grow the hay for their animals, how important it is. So yes, they learn all the time, but they learn in a very different way. And they learn in a way that makes sense to them. And they also learn, they learn all these, what we probably would say, school subjects they have to learn, of course. But they also learn about who they are in a group. They also learn what it takes to be a contributing member.
That was my next question.
Yes.
You build a community there.
Yes.
How do you build it? What are the ingredients that help an adolescent feel part of the community?
I think it comes through work, that the understanding that there is work for each and everyone, that each and everyone gets an opportunity to contribute, and they get to regard each others as an opportunity. And it's an environment where no one is mediocre. They all bring something to this environment, and they get to understand, because, in order to function, they have to organize themselves. They can't all be in the kitchen in the morning making breakfast. So there is this division of labor, and there is this understanding that there is an interdependency, that they all depend on each other for their community to function well and in a healthy way. So community is built through work and the respect in the community for each and every member of that community.
Mm-hmm. And you said you encourage independence. You want them to become independent. Mm-hmm. What about the financial independence? Are they challenged with that?
I think they are. They are striving towards economic independence and also a social independence. So in this community, they have their own budget, they do their own bookkeeping, they earn money. And it's not just about earning money. There is so much in terms of social and moral development that underpins their earning of money. But I think that through earning money and understanding of how it is earned, what it takes to earn money, the work that comes with earning money, but also how money is spent, I think they're also supported towards a healthy relationship with money, and the understanding that money does in a way define who they are, and they are not judged by how much money they have earned or didn't earn. But they understand that money it's like a materialized abstraction in a way. It's a means for production and exchange, and they need to know about this. And then, of course, they also come to grapple, I think, with the idea that money might not be that evenly distributed across the world. But in their little community, they can experience a healthy usage of money. And so one likes to think that once they are out in the real world there, that they will remain, they will still have this healthy relationship with money, and understand maybe that money can be dealt with in a different manner, and also that money should maybe be distributed in a different way. And hopefully our future, adults can work in that direction. So it's not just about justice here, but when they're adults, also understand that there is a social justice that they need to work for.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a wonderful place for any adolescent to be. And at this point, it became a dream for all your participants, which will help. We hope it will become reality. For the parents who don't have the opportunity to send their adolescents to such a farm, what would be your advice?
I think that, first of all, I think we have to think about adolescents and treat them with respect and as adults. And I think they are in a very confused position. Sometimes we talk to them as if they were still children, and sometimes we say, you are too young to understand this, and you are too young to do that. And the next minute, they are old enough, so they should have known better. And I think they are not quite sure where they are, whether they are still a child or an adult. And I think Montessori gives us an advice that we need to treat them as an adult with the respect, even if we do think that right now they might not deserve that respect. And I think also to give them the understanding that they are part of a family, which means that they are part of some kind of community or
work in the community,
and that they should be given responsibility with the trust that they can carry this responsibility. We must have faith in them that good things will come out of what they choose to do. I think sometimes parents do far too much for the adolescents. I think they need opportunities to show how capable they are. And I think they need to be trusted more and be taken into account and be given some independence. And so they come to understand that they are important cog in this wheel of this family, that they are an asset to their family, because we want for them to feel later on that they are an asset to society. And I think that starts by feeling that you are an asset to the group of which you are a member, and you are made to become aware of that someone believes in you, and that, so yes, you are given a responsibility, and you can have ownership maybe of your own life and of your own economy also. I mean, most adolescents, maybe they have some kind of pocket money, or they have some kind of money given to them from their parents, or maybe they work, but that they are in charge. And we also, I think, need to let our adolescents maybe struggle a bit and wait, and in terms of money, and understand that there are no instant gratifications here, and they help them and support them to understand that maybe you can save so you can buy whatever you would like to buy, and not just present them with things. So they get this idea that I can actually manage on my own. I can do things for myself, and I don't have to rely on my parents. I think that's really important to them, and I think that can happen in a family.
Thank you very much, Jenny.
Thank you.
Thank you.